The world of IRL live streaming is a dark and degenerate one, and today's story is no exception.
Hi, Sarah. How are you? How are you, Sarah?
I got him.
Hi. Nudes and, you know, different sentences that he...
Sarah, I'm sorry about this.
Don't talk.
This is a streamer named Elisa Jordana, who went live from her own YouTube channel on April 8th, 2024 in a stream titled Not Doing Good. In it, she was driving while streaming and also on the phone with a man who's apparently her boyfriend or partner of some kind. These people can get weird, so don't quote me on that, okay? I don't know what's going on in the dark depths exactly. And during the stream, she found out that this man had cheated on her with a 20-year-old Mexican girl, so she started to get very upset. And throughout the stream, she's like, I'm so unhinged, I might do something horrible.
I feel a lot better already, though. So, I said I feel a lot better already.
Because of what?
Just because, like, I feel like I'm moving forward. I'm like...
Good.
Felix donated $3. I was just thinking the girl said she's known him for over a decade. Was she 10?
Yeah, so if I see him today by accident, and I hope he's watching this, but he can't because I have his phone. I don't recommend. I already called her, Tony. I don't recommend him see me today because I'm not of sound mind. Okay, so I'm really afraid of myself right now because I don't trust myself. Oh, there he is. Oh my God, he's near the police.
She had taken away his phone and keys so he could not leave, which resulted in the police showing up because he wanted them back. She talked to the cops about it, and she said they had been in couples therapy recently trying to fix their relationship. And that's when he confessed he had been cheating on her for 2 years.
So we were in couples therapy, and I found out he's been cheating on me for 2 years. So that's what this is about. There's nothing violent happening.
But he just wants his phone. So
he's getting his phone. All right, he's getting his phone. Okay, thank you so much.
She meets up with him to give him his stuff, and she basically threatens him at that moment.
You said you were gonna come, but you didn't.
Come where? Come where?
The shrink said you were gonna come back to the...
For what?
To give me my stuff.
Oh, there it is. There's your stuff.
Thank you.
A nice one.
What do I do?
What do you do? I don't care what you do. I do not care what you do.
FYI, February...
I called Sarah. You Sorry.
February was when you were with Sparta.
The cop sees that happen and didn't like it at all. So Elisa has to try and explain why she almost hit him, basically, and the cop is like, if you do that, I will arrest you.
I'll text her my Discord.
Okay.
I'll text to her. All the same shit you say to me, you say to her.
You both are going to turn this into something.
Okay. I'm just talking to him.
Do you want to go to jail?
Not really, no.
Okay.
It's okay.
No, it's not okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. You should see what...
You're lucky that your hand didn't hit him because regardless of what he said...
Okay, all right, okay, I'm sorry.
Get me off of that camera.
Okay, you're not on it.
No, she's the police. Listen.
Regardless of what had just happened here, if you had hit him right in my presence, regardless if he was quiet, be quiet and listen to me. No matter what he said, you would be going to jail. Do you understand?
All right, that's fine.
This is serious. Elisa, calm down.
They make their way to the parking lot, they both get in the car, and they start driving away. They talk about what he had done, and they get into an argument basically over what happened. She claims that he had sent Elisa this girl's nudes or something, which is like, what is going on? She starts hitting him repeatedly at this point, and he's not having it.
Hi, Sarah. How are you? How are you, Sarah?
I got him.
Hi. Nudes and, you know, different sentences that he...
Sarah, I'm sorry about this.
Don't talk. Don't fucking talk.
Idiot.
Yes, Sarah, we're really sorry about this and sending him your way today. So don't worry. But yeah, so yeah, he's coming. Don't worry, he's coming home.
Elisa.
She's just like almost broke my nose. She's gonna get arrested.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Next time you can touch me, I'll dick you. You understand?
You understand?
Hey, no, Sarah, hang up. These idiots. She posted your number in her cancer Discord, and I would just be polite. Touch me and I fucking deck your dumbass. I'll fucking deck you.
Elisa.
Yes.
He warned her. He did warn her, and when she hit him again, he took control of the situation and really put the hurt on her. He went WWE style.
No, she's a fucking insane person. She's a fucking.
I would stop talking about. Oh yeah.
In the middle of the street dancing.
Yeah, Sarah, I heard you had a kid when you were 16. That's what he told me about you.
Yeah,
and he said you're a dumb Mexican.
I said she's a dumb Mexican.
And he said you keep showing up And he says you won't stop texting him, but I saw the text. It's the same shit.
Lisa, can you answer?
Yeah, what's up?
She's half your age. She's half your age.
Delete the number, please.
Pull over, dumb. Pull over, dumb.
No, please don't. All right, I'll stop. Okay, I'll stop.
Pull over.
Okay, I will.
Pull over, dumb.
Please don't. No, I'm sorry.
No, call 911, Sarah. Call 911.
No, please. I'm
Call
sorry.
911.
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm so sorry. Please let me go. Babe, please let me go. No, please, I'm so sorry. Please let me go.
Oh, you're sorry, right? Get the f
I'm getting out. I'm getting out. He's killing me. No! Okay, I'm getting out.
She gets out of the car, he gets in, and then the cops presumably come after this point. Now, I think from this, there are a lot of people tempted to take sides, okay, and be like, oh, well, he's in the right, or she's in the right. And, you know, I have to say, truly, I think it's more complicated because, I mean, he's in the right, she's in the wrong, obviously. Like, regardless of what he did, which obviously he hurt her emotionally, right? And you could feel bad for her, but she decided to escalate it to physical violence, which the cop had just told her not to do. She didn't care. She was angry enough to smack him several times. He told her she needed to stop or it wouldn't end well, and she kept going. Cheating is not a crime in the eyes of the law. Assault is, and that's why she was arrested, according to Baked Alaska, for felony battery. And things just go deeper and deeper for this couple the more you look into them. When you find out this guy was claiming to be a billionaire, at least according to him, he's a billionaire, okay? They would scream at chat while live streaming, and he would take major offense to whatever was being said, insisting he's a self-made rich man and all the people in chat are just losers. While he also screams at Elisa and treats her like
F you bums, okay? F you bums. Anyone wants to call up, you shut the f up, let me answer them.
Okay,
and
fine.
You literally, all of you, add up your cumulative wealth and intelligence, idiots, and think to yourself. I ask this all the time. You ever been top 10 in anything in your dumb lives? Mine is 10 with 16 zeros, pleb. So you think you're not impressive? I have news for you. You're not impressive. I'm impressive. I have news for you. You're not impressive. I'm impressive. I'm impressive.
Okay.
I'm 10 with 16 zeros.
Okay.
What are you?
Not that.
Right. What are you?
Not that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anybody else?
Okay, so we have a caller. Do you want to talk to this person?
Yeah, let me point out how they're like worthless bums. Every single one of them. Ash, is your mom sucking dick to make rent this month? Who's covering her rent?
Clearly, Elisa wants to be a streamer. She wants to make it big, but obviously this kind of content is not the way to do it. This stream does have 80,000 views on YouTube, but for all the wrong reasons. Now, this name, Elisa Jordana, sounded familiar to me. I knew I had heard it before. I remembered her from somewhere in one of my other videos. Well, as it turns out, she was actually married to Andy Dick, who I did a main channel video about like over a year ago. And after they split, she began exploiting this drug addict creep for content, having him on her show Kermit and Friends, which is just like, why is it called that? Why would you call a show Kermit and Friends? Is it for 9-year-olds? But she had him on her show after he got punched in the head to show off his wounds.
Andy, show everybody your face, sweetheart.
Horrible. Hurts. It hurts really bad.
Not to blame her for his behavior, but realistically, when you see that she was married to this guy, when you see she was dating this other dude more recently who treats her like garbage, and that she was willing to commit a felony on camera before being arrested, I think it's obvious that this woman has a screw loose. Another hot girl with mental issues. What's going on, boys and girls? We need a complete moratorium on hot girls until we can figure out what is going on. I'm declaring this an official government order from the government of Zimbabwe. This needs to be handled. Elisa actually has a long history online, and just in the entertainment world in general, you'd be shocked at what she's been involved in. According to her LinkedIn profile, in addition to being a comedy writer and radio personality, she works as the host of the web series Kermit and Friends. She also made appearances on Jimmy Kimmel Live, MTV, VH1, Sharknado, and Fox News. And there are all these photo shoot runway pictures of her across the internet as well, so somehow she was managing to worm her way into the entertainment industry in a big way for the past 20 years. These guys who run a show called the Steel Toe Morning Show did a video going over a lot of her history. Keep in mind that some of this stuff is alleged. From what I've seen, I don't have proof of all this, but they claim she had a Discord server for doxing and swatting people.
Elisa, we've hated her for a long time. She had that Discord where people were doxing people and swatting people, and she wasn't doing anything to stop it, wasn't speaking out against it because I only like positivity. Meanwhile, this is one of the most toxic bitches you're ever going to see.
They call her a manipulative clout chaser who has a long history of dating people for the purpose of climbing the rungs socially. When she was on the Howard Stern show, for example, she dated one of the employees named Benji.
I'm Elisa Jordana, Miss Howard TV for May 2012, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. I'm 27 years old and originally from New Jersey. You might remember me from being on the Stern Show a couple months back, where I performed some of my songs, I discussed my musical career, and talked about my friendship with the beautiful and amazing Benji Brock. At the time, Benji and I were just friends, and to everyone's disappointment, he won me over and we've fallen in love. We are so happy. So now I'm living with Benji and things couldn't be going better. We love to goof around, we create music, and we're big animal lovers. So much that we're even thinking of opening up a hotel for dogs. Currently, Benji and I are working on an album and hope to have it out pretty soon.
And for this, she was ruthlessly mocked by Howard because it appears she didn't actually like Benji at all and was just with him for the money and the prospect of getting more famous from being on the Howard Stern show. Somehow, Benji managed to get Jimmy Kimmel to listen to her show, and he didn't have very nice things to say about it, as described here by Stuttering John, another character from the Howard Stern universe.
Elisa Jordana Schwartz, which by the way is kind of coincidental because Jimmy Kimmel and I actually emailed each other on what a lunatic that she was, and it's one of the few times that Jimmy ever emailed me. But you know, so we got it because Jimmy and I would watch that debacle of Kermit and Friends and just goof on her. So
so funny! It was so much fun goofing.
Yep. And I'll tell you, Jimmy, when like Elisa called in to defend herself and Jimmy was on the Stern show, Jimmy copied me on what I said to Elisa on her show, because I said, she claims she's a writer. I go, tell me, if you were a writer, tell me something funny that you wrote. And she had no answer. And Jimmy, I guess, saw me do that. And then he asked her on the Stern show and said, all right, so you're a comedy writer. Tell me something that's funny that you wrote. And she had nothing. Nothing.
No. How did she get that credit, though?
For banging Benji, I guess.
What's even more impressive is that she was somehow a member of Cobra Starship. They had a few hits in the early 2000s, one of which called You Make Me Feel, and the other had the actress from Gossip Girl, Leighton Meester, singing on it. Well, Elisa was a member of this group, but back then she went by Elisa Schwartz, which is her birth name. I believe Jordana is her middle name. And according to the lead vocalist, Gabe, she was an absolute nightmare to deal with the entire time. She always expected people to carry her stuff for her. She would disappear for the whole day and go to spas. She would miss sound checks all the time, Supporta said. I'm sure she felt insecure. She never toured before, and there's a certain way about it, and she refused to get acclimated to it. Plus, some of the guys in the band have a very specific sense of humor, and she would get offended by it. But I personally never subjected her to any verbal abuse. I deny that wholeheartedly. When the band set out on a Gym Class Heroes tour, Supporta said Schwartz started inviting strangers onto the bus, which led to several awkward situations and some unsanctioned late-night dance parties. The Gym Class Heroes were nice enough to let us share their bus, and it's their tour. It's their bus, so none of us were bringing anyone on the bus. But Elisa would bring people on the bus who were lurkers. Plus, she would turn up Britney Spears and have dance parties each night. After the behavior continued on Cobra Starship's second tour, which resulted in someone absconding with Starship bassist Alex Suarez's iPod, the band stripped her of all inviting people on the bus privileges. So basically, she just sucked and they kicked her out of the band. Then she got with Benji on Stern, then she moved on to Andy Dick. According to the Steel Toe Morning Show, she was the reason he got into IRL streaming in the first place and got engaged in even more degenerate behavior. And now she's streaming with other degenerates, making a fool of herself, and she's still mad about the fact her music career didn't work out, taking part in articles that are just poignant and touching pieces of feminism titled, "They told me I wasn't pretty enough to be a rock star." Hate to break it to you, Elisa, but you are pretty enough, okay? I can personally attest you are pretty enough, okay? You're also just insane. Come to think of it, being insane is probably a good thing for musicians, so I don't know what went wrong, honestly.
There's nothing violent happening.
Hi, Sarah. How are you? How are you, Sarah?
I think it's safe to say the world of IRL streamers needs to be put to a stop. Some way, somehow, someone just needs to get in there, confiscate these people's technology forever, and put them in some kind of detention center where they can't be let out, okay? Like Johnny Somali is running around doing crazy shit all the time. Elisa Jordana is hitting her husband or boyfriend, whatever, on stream. It's insanity. Clearly, they're unable to function as normal people in most cases. Everyone who's involved in IP2 has mental problems and is ruining their life. And the worst part is they get rewarded for it with views, and that's all they want at the end of the day. That's all they care about. I mean, this is the most viewed thing that Elisa has done in years. She'll probably come out of jail happy that she's a felon because, hey, she got 80,000 views on YouTube, and that is worth everything. She even had the audacity to plead not guilty to these charges. I mean, it's on video. How can you plead not guilty when it's on video? I'm watching it right now. What does she think is going to happen here? She's going to be just fine? And a lot of people have also compared Elisa and her boyfriend to the daddy's girl in Chud Wojaks. And as somebody who looks a lot a bit like the Chud Wojak, I support that and think it's awesome.
Is it wrong for me to just assume that any girl who would drop her standards so low to bang Benji, that they bang me as well?
You know what? That was not an incorrect assumption on your part.